Well, good lord, they weren't kidding when they said it was going to be busy, eh? So here I am, I'm in Shanghai. And if you are new here, welcome, welcome. And if you are not, thank you for following along. I'm wondering how light or dark this is going to be. I'm recording with the Insta360 X4. And I've got ISO set to 400. But I've got the shutter set on auto. So I reckon that's probably a good balance. I don't want to set the shutter too high because I think it could end up being a little bit blurry. So opening the shutter up, letting in more light could mean that it's going to be a little bit blurry. But anyway, it is about 6:17 p.m. now here in Shanghai. If you've been following along, you'll have seen that I got delayed because of Typhoon Bebinka. But I've been here for a whole day now, and it's 23,000 steps later. This is where I am. And so I'm on the Bund, which is the big promenade on this side of the river. And you can see the Shanghai TV Tower out here on the other side of the river. And you can see that massive Shanghai Tower there as well. I just try to get a little bit closer to the river here. But there are a lot of people here. And you can see all the ships over here are getting ready for the evening cruises. So it's a little bit better lit over here. So you might get a bit of a better experience of looking around from this side. So I'm only here now tonight. I'll probably go to the East Nanjing Road and probably try and record a little bit there. This will be 360 footage that I'm going to put out tonight. So I'm going to process tonight and upload when I get to London. I leave for London tomorrow. And I will reframe the footage that I do from East Nanjing Road tonight, which is kind of like the big shopping street, big eating streets where everybody's going to be. It's going to be even more crowded here. In fact, the junction between East Nanjing Road and the Bund is supposed to be an absolute nightmare. So we'll see how that goes. So yes, it's been interesting being here. It was about 11 hours later than I wanted to be, so pretty much wiped out all of yesterday. I got to my hotel at 7 p.m. Yesterday evening instead of probably would have been about 9 a.m. I would have got to my hotel, maybe a little bit earlier. And so yesterday I got wiped out, had a little bit of a wander around. What I can tell you is that it's really hard to navigate in Shanghai. Even if you've got maps from Apple or Google Maps working, I've got a Holofly Global eSIM, which I can highly recommend, which has a built-in VPN for when I'm in China, but that's going to last me the whole way through from New Zealand to China to London to Portugal and then back again, taking the same steps back again. And even with that, what I found is that often it's such a fast-moving kind of a scene in Shanghai is that I would ask locals, is this place still here? And they would say, oh no, that business is closed, that business is suspended. But I did manage to get, a decent lunch today in a sushi place of all places. But there was this really nice English-speaking Chinese couple sat next to me. And I had a nice conversation with them. And funnily enough, the guy worked or owned, wasn't really sure, a New Zealand, so a Chinese-based importing company of New Zealand logs. So he knew the port towns of New Zealand pretty well. So we had a little bit of a chat about that. And yeah, they were just super friendly, super nice little chat for 10 minutes. But yeah, it's super duper busy here today. It's actually, I found out, a national holiday for the next 3 days whilst we're here. Don't forget you can spin around and have a look around right next to me here. What I'll do is keep walking. You can see there's a big full moon out here as well on the other side of the river. You might be able to get a good look at that too. And also all the people around me as well. This is a big thing, people coming out to the Bund to promenade at night. And it is a national holiday. I've been to quite a few of the parks today, at least 3 of them. And taking a look around at people. I even went to this one of the things that I'll post on, if you've been following along, is that I have the TechPacker Substack as well, where I've been posting audio notes and photos and some written stuff as well as vertical video on what I found here in, I'm going to turn around here, the lighting's a bit better on this side, what I found here in Shanghai. And one of the things I found in People's Park this afternoon was this kind of like marriage market, where lots of, looked like mums and dads had details printed out in front of them of their eligible unmarried offspring, or perhaps other wider family members who they were trying to match up and advertise as available for marriage. So yeah, that was kind of interesting. I had read about that, but it was really interesting because it was quite raucous. There was a lot of people around. So yeah, it was quite interesting to see that. Yeah. So after this, I'm gonna just carry on walking up the Bund here. You can see the lights are stretching around and curving away around from me. I'm surprised that the Pudong TV tower, you can see with the globes and the spike with the red lights kind of lit up, is not more lit up. I thought it would be more lit up. So yeah, that's interesting. And I'm wondering how the X4 is doing. I used to have I still do have a 1-inch 360 RS, but it's quite big and it's a bit unwieldy and it's a bit of a one-trick pony really to take around and traveling. So the X4 I can do lots and lots of different things with. I probably only use a little bit of its capability. I know how to use it in many different modes, but there are some kind of like fallbacks that I always kind of like use. I do love the 360 mode on it. Today it's behaving itself. A couple of days ago the 8K 30 frames per second was not behaving itself too well when I was trying to film my DJI Neo drone, which you may have seen that video. It's been pretty popular. If you are here because of that DJI Neo drone, then I will be putting up a few more videos about that, so stay tuned, including a beginner's guide if you're new to it, and the idea of an autonomous cheap drone that follows you around is appealing to you, as it is to me. I know it sounds a bit weird, who necessarily wants that, but no, I think it's actually really cool. I've really enjoyed using it. I haven't had a chance to use it in Shanghai because there is a citywide ban on use of drones here unless you have a special license. So yeah, no, that's not going to happen, but it is coming to London with me, and I will be using it in various different circumstances when I'm there, and I will take it to Lisbon with me in Portugal too, because I've heard that it is okay to use them there, but I will check exactly what that means when I'm there. Now, this seems to be where the focal point of the crowds is. This seems to be the best photo spot. I think it's because it's got possibly the Chinese flags as well fluttering there. It's not particularly well lit though. Let me know in the comments what you think about this footage, and we'll keep walking along here. I can see a plane just up there. We might be able to spin around and have a look. It's flying overhead now. It's a bit lower than I thought it would be. You could just take in the ambient sounds here for a little while. Now, with only having one day here, it hasn't meant I've been able to do a lot. The temptation was to kind of like try and cram it all in, but as I've said and advised in other things that I've talked about on my channel, is that I try to only do 3 things in one day. Now, when you get delayed, of course, you want to try and cram in everything as much as possible. What I did find out is that in Shanghai, even though the public transport system is really good and really cheap, things are actually quite far apart. And on a hot, humid day, it can get pretty tiring pretty quickly. Before I knew it, it was 4 o'clock and I'd already done over 20,000 steps. and that was taking public transport as well, but often it's you take the public transport, you walk 10 minutes here, you walk 10 minutes there, all adds up. And the station connections are often quite far apart as well. It's not a straight connection where you just kind of like hop on to the next train. Often it's like maybe a 7 to 9 minute walk between station interchanges as well. Not always, but sometimes. Got a little slope here to negotiate with a big crowd. Let's get up here. Again, I'm wondering how well you can see things with ISO 400 setting and auto shutter. Maybe next time I will open up the shutter a little bit more, because it can be kind of hard to see. But I don't know how much of that is just because of the preview screen is quite dark, and how much the final footage will change. When I have my videos before, I have recommended setting the shutter, I think at 1/50th or 1/30th, I can't remember exactly. But today I took off the minus 0.3 EV and just set it at normal, because I figured that there would be some street lighting like this. But we'll just see what that looks like. Okay, we'll walk along a little bit longer along here. I might just check on maps to see where we are, because I don't necessarily want to walk much further along here. Just try not to block that person's shot. Let's abort that one, and let's try and find another one. Okay.
In 70 yards, take the stairs on the left.
It's in that route. We'll get rid of that, and let's try East Nanjing Road. Okay, that says it's 18 minutes walk from here. So no, I'm not going to keep recording. Oh, look at that. See all that down there? If you look down here, you can see all the people down here. Look at that. As far as you can see. That is a lot of people. And I'm wondering whether they know something and there's some kind of procession that's going to be coming past because of this mid-autumn festival that's happening here right now. There are a lot of people who seem to be just waiting. So I'm wondering if they know something that I don't. And they're all in position for some kind of procession. You can see some of the lit up boats here now as well, going along the river. Just hold it up a bit so you can see above them. There's a couple of lit up boats here now. One at least anyway. I think this might be another one just behind me. There we go. There seems to be quite a few around the bend there, around the corner. I might be coming around soon. We'll keep wandering around down here. Lighting is pretty good over here. Just try and get to the right a little bit more. The lighting is definitely better the closer I get to the river. And you can see the Pudong TV tower a little bit better now. You can see that baseball down the bottom there a little bit more easily. Now, to capture audio today, I'm using the Rode Wireless Pro, which is connected onto my X4. And my experience with the Rode Wireless Pro is that it's been excellent. Now I've just got it here clipped to my hat rather than onto my shirt. I can find that, you know, these little squares from Rode, they're not that light. They can feel annoying pulling down on your shirt. So yeah, I don't really like wearing it on my shirt all that much. I do have lav mics, but I don't really want to bother sorting those out tonight. In fact, I did bring them with me on this trip, but I can't see myself using them. It's only if I get myself into a situation where it's like super necessary for me to be using it, but I can't really see that happening. Yeah, there's a lot of people just kind of like waiting around. So I think they're thinking that some kind of light show might happen on the... some guy got his belly out. I noticed that quite a lot actually. Blokes around here walk around in vests and it's hot, but they've just got their kind of like vests rolled up with their bellies hanging out, which is a kind of a weird little thing to do. To avoid these messing up these people's shots. It's looking a bit more lit up behind me now here. If you look out behind me here, is it changing? Oh, there's that building over here. Is that recently lit up? Keep scanning around and seeing what's changing. I'm going to go on to about 18 to 20 minutes here. So we'll see what happens. But it is pretty cool with that moon just behind those clouds and illuminating. It's about to disappear behind that cloud, I think. Okay, my maps is telling me via my watch that I'm going to be turning left fairly soon. But let's just hang out here. Oh, it's changing a little bit now. Let's see what happens next. One of the things about wearing the Rode Wireless Pro is that I don't really need to pay attention to where my head is. Occasionally I want to look up into the camera, but I don't need to turn my face towards it. Look, there you go, right in front of me, dude with his t-shirt, with his belly hanging out. You see what I mean? It's a kind of odd thing. There you go, just looking past him now. Get it out, man. That's what you do. Oh, so yeah, the other thing that I wanted to tell you about kit is that I've got the action selfie stick with me. I don't want to bring the long selfie stick with me. I didn't think I was going to use it much on this trip, but what I have noticed is that using the really short stubby selfie stick can lead to some stitching problems I've noticed with the X4, which I wanted to avoid. And the happy medium seems to be having the action selfie stick. That seems to work quite well in terms of like getting a good distance, but also avoiding any of those stitching problems. So the next time I'm here, hopefully I'll arrive on time, and about 16 days from now I'm going to come to the Bund during the day, because I avoided it today just because it was a holiday and I thought it was going to be super busy and I didn't want to come down here twice. But I will try and come up here, and then I will try and go up one of these towers as well, but it is quite expensive. I think it's like about $40 US to get up to the observation deck on the Pudong TV tower, and something similar for that really tall Shanghai Tower, which is what I think it's the tallest building in China, maybe the 4th tallest building in the world, something like that. It's supposed to be quite cool, but it is pretty pricey. But I may try and do that the next time I'm here, when I'm here for a whole day. But as it is, I'm leaving tomorrow morning on a British Airways flight to London Heathrow. The last time I flew British Airways long haul was about 24 years ago, I think. So yeah, I haven't heard good things, unfortunately, so I am hoping to be pleasantly surprised. I am in economy. It is a redemption ticket. This is an air miles ticket that I'm going to be taking to London and back. And I do have a seat reserved in economy. It's one of those things that you can do on miles, because otherwise, if you don't pay extra, it just gets allocated when you get on the plane. And I really didn't want a middle seat. No one wants a middle seat, right? Okay, this has been going on quite a long time. I'll leave you with this this boat going past, and we'll stop it for there. Thanks for joining me. See you in the next video.